Braedon Eckert is a pro-life activist, and he's a local advocate of the foster care system and adoption. And one thing that people don't realize, and this is an important part of the pro-life movement, Indiana leads the nation. We're the #1 state in the country for adoptions out of our foster care system. A lot of people stereotype our movement as caring only about the babies while they are in the womb. But we care more about life from conception until natural death at all stages of life. And so we advocate for babies, we advocate for young children, we advocate for women, and we advocate for the elderly and the disabled. And so I want to invite Braedon up here to tell us a little bit more about his activism and what he's done as a student leader.
Okay, good afternoon, Pro-Life Indiana. Yes, I love to see this. Okay, I just want to give a quick shout out to my club, Westfield Students for Life. We are doing so much here in Indiana. It has been just such a joy to be a part of this group. As Mark already mentioned, my name is Braedon Eckert, and I am a local pro-life advocate. I just wanted to, and Mark kind of already shared this, but did you know that this past year alone, Indiana had over 2,000 successful adoptions? I know, it's amazing. It is so amazing to see adoption rising in our state, and for us to have been named a state with a hugely successful fostering system. I myself was adopted from the Denver foster care system at about 19 months. You see, this past year, I had one of the most amazing things happen to me. I got to meet my biological family and my biological mother before her sudden passing. In the pro-life movement, we are always so supporting of biological mothers who choose life and adoption. While my mother didn't choose adoption for me, she did still do the amazing, courageous thing to give me life when she herself was at a breaking point in her own life. I thank God every day that she gave me life and that I can serve like a Moses to those still in the foster care system. Sorry. Sorry. You see, when I was in foster care, I didn't have the best experience myself. I watched my 3 sisters get brutally abused, and they watched me become severely malnourished to the point where I was just skin and bones and a little bit of hair on the top of my head. It is just so disheartening to me when I see people saying stuff like, oh, well, our foster care system is so broken. Maybe we shouldn't put children in there. And I understand that the foster care system in some states is very broken, but that is such a discredit when using that phrase to those of us who have survived so much of the abuse of the system, and for those parents who are truly working as foster parents to create a culture of life and to create a loving environment for children in need of love. Thank you. Okay. You see, adoption is very beautiful. And I am so grateful every day to be adopted. It's so amazing. I kind of like to tell people I have 2 families. I'm just cooler like that. But it is just so beautiful. And as a Christian myself, it is such a beautiful reminder of what Christ did for us. Christ adopted us into the family of God. Christ brought us into a family that we were not deserving of, but he chose to love us anyway. And that is just so beautiful. And I love seeing families that have adopted kids because it makes me happy to see that there are truly families out there doing this because they love children and they want to save children who might have not experienced the best kind of love. But, you know, there are some who do not get that same love. And that is why I love the pro-life movement, because the pro-life movement is creating a culture of love and a culture of life. And a culture to love life, honestly. It is just so beautiful to see, and working with Students for Life, to see this amazing culture that my generation is building, that we hope to carry until the day that we can vote and even after then. Now, I would just like to quickly, before I'm done here, just pray for anyone here who might be considering adoption. So if you would just pray with me real quick. Dear God, thank you so much for all of us being able to come out here. Thank you that we can all stand out here and represent life at a time when life is not as sacred as it used to be. Lord, I just pray that you would bless all these people out here and that you would encourage those who are seeking to adopt, that you would just send them a child, Lord, that they can love and that they can love like you loved us. God, I just want to thank you for everything that you're doing in our country, Lord, and I just want to pray over everyone here today. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Braedon. Thank you for your witness, and thank you for your leadership. Braedon truly is a